Most startups fail not because their founders lack passion or hard work, but because they ignore the most basic step in building a business: understanding the market. Too often, entrepreneurs fall in love with their ideas and assume that if they think it's great, everyone else will too. The harsh reality is that a product or service only succeeds when there's genuine demand for it, and that demand must be proven, not guessed. Without proper market research, startups waste time and money creating solutions for problems that may not even exist. For example, launching an app that you believe people need, only to discover that they already have alternatives or simply don't care about your solution, can quickly lead to failure. Market research is about more than just asking a few friends. If they like your idea, it's about analyzing competitors, studying industry trends, and understanding customer pain points. Startups that succeed often spend weeks or months validating their concept before investing heavily in it. By gathering feedback, testing a minimum viable product, and identifying real customer needs, you increase your chances of success. Market research may not feel glamorous, but it's the foundation that separates winning businesses from the 90% that fail. Running out of money is one of the biggest reasons why startups collapse, and it often happens faster than founders expect. Many entrepreneurs underestimate how much capital they'll need, overestimate how quickly revenue will start coming in, or fail to manage their expenses wisely. In the early stages, startups often spend heavily on things that don't directly generate income, such as fancy offices, expensive software, or aggressive marketing campaigns, without first ensuring that their product is stable and customers are ready to buy. Another common mistake is relying too heavily on outside funding and assuming that investors will keep pouring in money without solid results. Once the cash flow dries up, operations grind to a halt, even if the idea has potential. To avoid this trap, startups must be extremely disciplined about budgeting and financial planning. That means tracking every expense, focusing spending only on activities that move the business forward, and setting aside emergency reserves for unexpected challenges. Creating realistic financial projections and monitoring burn rate, the speed at which money is being spent, is also critical. Startups that survive financially are usually the ones that learn to be lean, resourceful, and patient, turning limited funds into long-term sustainability. Poor leadership and team issues are another major reason why startups fail. Even when the idea and market opportunity are strong, a startup's success depends heavily on the people driving it, and when leadership is weak, the entire company suffers. Many first-time founders lack the experience to manage teams, make tough decisions, or adapt quickly when challenges arise. Instead of building a strong, united culture, they may micromanage, fail to delegate, or create confusion with unclear goals. On the other side, team issues often arise when the wrong people are hired too quickly, or when co-founders don't share the same vision and values. Disagreements among partners or employees can slow progress, damage morale, and create a toxic environment that scares away talent and investors. Leadership is not just about giving orders. It's about inspiring trust, providing direction, and making everyone feel invested in the mission. Startups that thrive are those with leaders who communicate openly, encourage collaboration, and bring together people whose skills complement each other. When founders focus on building a strong, motivated, and aligned team, they create a culture that can withstand the pressures of growth and uncertainty, greatly improving the chances of long-term success. Ignoring customers is one of the fastest ways to guarantee startup failure. Many founders become so focused on their product, technology, personal vision that they forget the most important factor: the people who will actually use and pay for it. A common mistake is building something based on assumptions rather than real feedback, which often results in a product that looks good on paper but doesn't solve the customer's actual problems. Startups that neglect customer feedback may miss critical opportunities to improve, adapt, or pivot before it's too late. When users feel unheard or find that their needs aren't being met, they quickly move on to competitors who are listening. Additionally, ignoring customer service and failing to create a good user experience can destroy trust and loyalty, making it nearly impossible to build a strong reputation in the market. On the other hand, Startups that actively seek feedback, listen to their audience, and make improvements based on real needs are the ones that stand out. Engaging with customers, running surveys, testing early versions of products, and showing that their opinions matter builds loyalty and ensures long-term growth. Listening to customers is not optional, it's survival. Lack of adaptability is a major reason why so many startups fail, even if they begin with a strong idea. The business world is constantly changing, and what works today might be irrelevant tomorrow. Startups that refuse to pivot or adjust to new trends, technologies, or customer demands often find themselves left behind. Many founders fall in love with their original vision and become too rigid, ignoring signs that the market is shifting. This stubbornness can lead to wasted resources and eventually failure, no matter how much effort is invested. Adaptability is about staying open-minded, flexible, and willing to make changes when something isn't working. The most successful companies in history didn't succeed by sticking to one idea. They evolved as the world around them changed. For example, many modern giants started with a completely different business model before finding the right path through pivots. Startups that encourage experimentation, learn from failures, and move quickly in response to challenges are the ones that survive and grow. Being adaptable doesn't mean changing direction constantly without reason. It means being smart enough to recognize when the current path won't lead to success and having the courage to take a better one.